Okay, hi guys, what's up? I hope you're doing well today. I am really a little bit nervous about this video, but overall pretty excited. So I'm starting a new series on my channel. Hopefully, if you guys like it, if I like it, we're gonna see on how to dress like blank. And it's kind of more of like a style analysis, kind of deep dive into certain people's fashion and their wardrobe and their everyday style and kind of how to emulate that. And kind of some backstory on that. I think for me personally, I have been able to grow and find my personal style through finding people who I think dress exactly how I want to dress. And I think everyone has their own personal style. Everyone should have their own personal style. And I don't think you have to like try to dress like certain people to have a good fashion sense or anything like that. Personally, for me, I think it's so cool when I see someone who dresses exactly like how I want to dress, like in my head, and I can't think of how to put a certain outfit together or whatever, and I'm like, that's exactly how I would like to wear that, and you get inspiration from it. And so that's kind of where this series came from. And I was actually doing a deep dive for myself on the person that this video is about today, Orion Carloto, because I love her style. I've always loved her style. I love her. I'll get into that in a little bit, but within the past few years, I've recently been trying to form my personal style and understanding what I really like on myself and just like to look at and look like whatever. And so I found certain people that I think are inspirations in the style realm of the internet, I guess, is where I find most of mine, or in magazines and art and music and movies and whatever. So I thought maybe possibly if that is something that I do, that might be something that you guys might be interested in. And yeah, so like I was saying, I am doing this on Orion Carloto today, who I've been obsessed with for quite a while. I followed her since back in like the Tumblr days. I've consistently followed her. She's someone that I still keep up to date with to this day. I've probably seen every single YouTube video of hers, looked at every Instagram story, liked every Instagram post, and her TikToks, and I have both of her books. So we can say I'm a little bit obsessed, and maybe that's why she ended up as the first in the series, but nonetheless, I love her. And if you don't know who she is, she's basically like, I would say, a mogul of all sorts. Is really like a jack of all trades. She does social media, she's a poet, she's a writer, she's a photographer, she makes amazing short films on her channel, but also does like favorites videos, all of that kind of stuff. And I'm sure a lot of you know her, but if you don't, I wanted to give a little introduction. She's also very into the fashion realm, and she works with a lot of really amazing brands like Prada, Fendi, Coach, you name it. She like models for them and does work with them, and just in general is really inspiring in that way to me. As for right now, I would kind of categorize her style as very classic and chic and effortless looking, but also very luxurious, and she uses a lot of neutral tones and color palettes in most of her outfits, which I can always appreciate. And overall, I just think she gives a very poetic vibe, very poet-like vibe, and which would make sense considering she is a poet. And yeah, so I think that also what I think is so cool about her style to me is how chic and luxurious it actually looks, but she actually thrifts, I guess, a lot of her clothing. And I read this really amazing article on her by Fashionista. I believe it's fashionista.com. They actually did like a how I shop interview, which they feature a lot on their page, but she was on one, and I thought it was really cool to look into for this video. There were a few articles that I went through and kind of understood her thought process on picking out clothes and how she shops and different things like that. So I thought it was really cool. I'll link that down below if you want to look in it. Basically, she said that she actually thrifts a lot of her clothes, which I thought was really cool. She finds them online on Depop, on ThredUp, and on like the Real, that kind of thing. So a lot of her designer pieces are actually secondhand, which I think is a great way to shop, obviously for environmental reasons, but also just in general for money reasons, for pocket reasons, and that kind of thing. And you can find really great deals on super cool pieces. That's just something that overall draws me to her in general, but especially her style, because her style has really stayed within kind of a similar vein for the past few years, at least in my opinion. And I personally love that because it shows how classic these pieces are that she's picking out. And I think she's tailored and narrowed down her style in such a way that she can wear these pieces over and over and over again in so many different ways and still feel and look good in them. And I think that that's something that I really am inspired by, and especially now in my life, those are the kind of pieces that I'm looking for in my wardrobe. And I think if you're trying to get this specific vibe like Orion's, I think the biggest thing is actually the color palette. I think that's really what makes it so cohesive and all work together, and you really shine that you have like a specific style when you're wearing those colors every day, and all of your pieces work together and different things like that. So I think a big thing is when you're going out shopping, finding your color palette, whether it's Orion's same color palette or your own, finding pieces all within that in different shades and different hues of it, and just different tones of it. And I even made little guides here on my iPad to kind of base off of, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. So we're going to actually start with her everyday style, which I personally am the most interested in because that's kind of how I dress for the more every day of my life, actually. Most 90% of days I don't go out often, so I wanted to start there, and then we'll go to her going out outfits and looks and different things like that, and then kind of analyzing everything and her key pieces. And yeah, so, but nonetheless, her everyday style. Here we go. Okay, so as you can see from these pictures that I'm gonna throw up here, that you can kind of pinpoint the colors that she's kind of sticks to, and I would say that her color palette is mostly neutrals with muted hues, and the main color I actually see other than neutrals would be blues, navies, that kind of thing. Sometimes a red, I've seen a little bit, or green, but for the most part it seems neutrals and blues. In that blue spectrum would be denim and jeans and stuff, but those seem to be her colors, and also very minimal in the sense that there's not a lot of going on. There's not a lot of key statement pieces in her everyday wardrobe, which kind of is really easy on the eye and just easy to take in overall. Some notes that I've taken on her key pieces in her everyday wardrobe would have to be jeans and denim, trousers, which she is to blame for my obsession of trousers, and then casual dresses with easy silhouettes, just like shift dresses I would call them, and then sneakers. She wears a lot of sneakers, which I can always appreciate, and sweats, but kind of dressed up in a little bit more playful way than just wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt, which she does as well. But a lot of the time she actually layers like a coat over top of them or a tank top under and drapes sweatshirt around her shoulders, that kind of thing. Overall, just a lot of simple, easy pieces like t-shirts, crew necks, jeans, leather coats in general, wool coats, and blazers. And as for going out is where I've seen her kind of play a little bit more with patterns and colors and silhouettes and different things that kind of add a little bit more of a statement piece or a funky element, I guess, to it, rather than just keeping it simple. But this is where she kind of seems to play with a lot of those things, are in her going out outfits, or what I presume to be her going out outfits. I don't know, this is just what I'm like pulling from it. I don't actually know where she's going in these pictures, but I'm assuming. So anyway, but I would say like this Orison Iris polka dot set, I see her in polka dots. If I were going to pick a couple patterns that I see her in, I would see polka dots and stripes for the most part is what I've noticed. And like I said, this Orison Iris set, which is so beautiful. Can we just take a moment for that because it's gorgeous. I have recently become obsessed with Orison Iris if you watch my recent thrift with me, but especially this set, I think it's gorgeous, and especially on her, she looks great. But again, playing with silhouettes like corsets and more of her going out attire. Okay, next I actually came up with a little list of her favorite pieces that seem to be a big part of her wardrobe and that she likes to restyle in different ways, so I thought I would mention those, and I kind of categorized them by shoes, accessories. We're gonna start with shoes, which I think shape an outfit overall. They finish an outfit off down to the bottom. Seems to have a few favorites, so I wanted to mention what those are and maybe some dupes for them for you guys. So first we're starting out with the shoe that I've kind of seen her mention in every interview that she's done recently, and also in every like favorites video or video in general. I've seen her feature these shoes in, and those would have to be her Pradas, which are actually called the Monolith Brushed Leather Lace-Up Shoes by Prada on their site. And I actually found a dupe for you guys if you didn't want to spend the $1,000 on those. I actually found some on Zara that are pretty much identical, really cute, and very nice and structured still, and they really do look very similar. And anyway, those seem to be a very, very key feature in a lot of her outfits. I've heard her mention many times how she loves that she can style them in so many different ways, and she regretted it at first buying them. She wears them with like every single outfit every day. So obviously I could not make this video without mentioning those. I think they're amazing, and I think they pull together an outfit so well. Seems to me, as for shoes go, with her, I feel like a lot of the time black leather shoes are a go-to, and I think that just black leather shoes in general anchor an outfit the way no other shoes do, and they kind of really bring that easy chic element to it. And again, the classic, but these specific shoes I think kind of give a little bit of an edge to an outfit, and they look funky but still being classic and easy to just throw on with anything, but look so cool. And then, like I mentioned before, she seems to be really into sneakers, and the two that I've been seeing recently more so on her over the past year or so, well actually 3, I'm sorry. 2 out of 3 of the which happen to be New Balance, and I think they're the 990 Vs, that collection, and she has like a gray pair and then a blue pair, which I've been seeing a lot lately, and I think that those are, again, easy to just put on with anything with sweat outfits, but also with trousers. That's why I like those specific New Balances so much, is they look good with literally everything, with dad socks. Like, I say dad socks, but they're basically just like chunky white socks. That's what I call them. Which I actually have like the best pair that kind of look like leg warmers, which actually just reminded me because she just posted a brand deal, I believe, yesterday. And if I remember correctly, I think she was wearing something like leg warmers, but I found mine on Amazon and I think they were like $10 and they're really chunky and thick and I love them so much. But anyway, and I'll link them down below. As of everything I'm talking about, I'll link down below. But yeah, sneakers in general, but especially those sneakers. And then also her Yeezys, which I've seen, I think she's had for a few years, I'm not exactly sure. These specific Yeezys are my favorite. I don't have them. I have like a white pair of these. I can attest that these specific Yeezys are like the comfiest shoes that I own. I always talk about them to you guys, but this colorway is beautiful and it goes so well with sweat outfits. And as of lately, I've been seeing her in these other two different black pairs of shoes. One of them being the Horsebit leather loafers by Gucci. Another one that I've recently been seeing her in a lot are actually the Margiela tabby ballerina pumps, which I know you guys are going to have your opinions on. I always bring them up. I feel like I talk about them all the time on Instagram and on here. But I love tabbies. I will always love tabbies. I think that they're so cool. And then moving on to accessories, which seem to be another key factor into her outfits. In my opinion, I think that the accessories, again with the shoes and the bags, kind of top it off. And in my opinion, in recent years, I've learned that accessories are actually like one of the most important elements to an outfit to kind of pull the whole vibe together and give the specific feel that you want to give, because I think that the color of your jewelry, the look of your jewelry, how thin and thick it is really changes an outfit. But actually what I really think is cool about her jewelry and the stuff she wears, she seems to keep it very minimal on that sense as well and not overdo it with a bunch of necklaces or rings or anything. And just also seen her mix golds and silvers and different things like that. But for the most part, I seem to see her in a lot of gold. And it seems like Mejuri is a big brand that she works with a lot of the time and she's wearing, it seems to be a lot of the time as well. And they have really great pieces, by the way. I love Mejuri. And I think that in general gives very luxurious vibes. And Mejuri features a lot of very chunky gold hoops, gold rings, different things like that. And I believe that, I don't think this one is from them. This one is from Ana Luisa. And then these are actually from Target. So these actually look like a pair of hoops that they have on their website, but these were way cheaper. I think these were like $8 on at Target. And so I thought I'd mention that really quick if you're looking for a dupe for Mejuri or anything. Then I've also seen her in a pair of hoops like this, which actually I have this screenshot from a Tumblr account, which I think is also an Instagram account called Orion Carloto Style. And that's actually, if you want any specific piece that you're looking for that you've seen on Orion, you can go to those pages and they'll link it for you. Or they've already linked things that she's worn in the past, like every single thing, which I thought was really cool to look at, and kind of gives you the exact name that you're looking for, the exact link, whatever it is. But anyway, I saw this specific picture of her in this amazing, beautiful outfit. I think it's, I don't know if it's swimsuit or not, or underwear or something, but this top is so cute. As for necklaces, she kind of seems to keep it simple with just like a few necklaces on at once or just one necklace. And the specific necklace I've been seeing her with a lot lately, more of like a loose chain with bigger loops in it. A loopy chain. There we go. It kind of looks more loopy. I don't know. And if you're looking for one hat to kind of give the Orion Carloto vibe, I would say this navy hat right here seems to be her go-to, and she styles it in such cute ways, again with blazers, with sweatsuits, with jeans and a t-shirt, a cardigan, easy with a crew neck on. And I actually am going to order that because I have that hat in green and I wear it all the time, but I've been looking for the navy blue one and she sold me on it, as she does with many things. And then lastly, for accessories, bags. So I can't really pinpoint a few that I've seen over and over again. I know she has a brown Telfar bag, which I think is so beautiful. It's like this chocolate brown color. And she seems to wear Coach bags a lot as well. Like, I've recently seen her sporting like a fuzzy Coach bag, which I think is super cute. Coach pillow tabby bag she seems to wear often as well. That was the one actually I've seen her in the most, at least like reoccurringly. I think that actually would be the #1 bag on my list for her, is like the cream, or I think it's white, Coach pillow tabby. So next we're getting into outfit formulas, which is actually a thing that I've recently been talking about a lot. You guys have probably heard me talk about it, but I also just in general think about it a lot in my head. Our outfit formulas and how to kind of give a specific look that you want. And I've realized a lot of people that I look at online that I like their outfits actually do have like their own outfit formula, and for different things or different reasons, or just things that they pair with specific pieces of clothing in their closet or items. I kind of went through, dissected everything that I can find of Orion's, and I came down to these different formulas for how to get her specific looks. And I'd say that the first one that I see her in a lot, again, are sweatsuits. A gray sweatsuit, a white sweatsuit with sweatpants, sweatshirt. But for this specific one, I would say a full body sweatsuit. So basically where the sweatpants and then the crew neck or the hoodie match. If we're being specific, a gray one or a heather gray. As for shoes, I would say the New Balance 990 Vs, that or something similar to those, which they have a lot of different renditions of those in different colors and everything, but I think any would be great and give the vibe. And then as for the sweatsuit, I think you can get the sweatsuit anywhere. Ritzy has really great ones. And then if you really wanted to top it off, you could even throw like a blazer over it, a black blazer possibly. And then for another one, I would say a pair of jeans. She seems to feature a lot of vintage denim, I want to say. I don't know if it's vintage or designer or not. I'm not sure, but and then with a white t-shirt. Also, I think that finding pieces that are on the more simple end of the spectrum, say like a tank top or a shirt, like a plain colored beige shirt, I think that having a different seam line or a different factor about it that kind of spruces it up but stays in that color palette, and it makes it a little bit less of just a plain basic item, whether it's just a seam or something like super simple. I think it kind of elevates it just a little bit more. And then maybe a cardigan, no matter the color of cardigan. I would probably say either a black, tan, or gray cardigan. You could top it off with a little baseball hat and then even some black loafers, and I think you would be good to go. And one I think would be really great for going anywhere where you wanted to dress a little bit more elite, maybe more fancy or something. I think a suit set overall, which are really easy to thrift. I found so many thrifting that are so cool and amazing. So also on eBay, I would check there if you're looking for like a full matching suit set. I don't know if that's what it's called. Basically trousers and then a matching blazer and then a white tank top under, I think really pulls it all together. And then again, I would say to pair it with gold jewelry, but also I think silver would be really cool with a navy suit or a black suit. And then with a chunky boot or a chunky Oxford, and I think you have your look there. And then one for if you want it to be a little bit more casual than the last one, but still want it to be a little bit dressy. A nice black or blue trouser, pinstripe maybe even, and then with a black sweater on the top. And I think that would look really great, just simple as it is, with a pair of tennis shoes. Or again, if you want to dress it up a little bit more, lay flat even, I think you could get the same vibe with that, like a black ballet flat that kind of look like a tabby if you are not into the tabbies or don't want to spend that much, which Zara actually does have as well, and I think they're super cute. Another easy, effortless one that you can wear anytime, any day is a pair of jeans, good denim, favorite denim even, with a white tank top again or a white t-shirt, and then a button-down shirt, preferably pinstripe or just like a dark blue or a light blue or a white kind of color. I think that looks really great with that kind of outfit. Again, with any of the past shoes mentioned, black boots, black shoes, tennis shoes, I think whatever the vibe that you're going somewhere for. Last outfit formula, I would say a pair of well-fitted denim and then a crew neck sweatshirt, being either the colors gray, black, tan, cream, navy, something of that sort. And then again, just your simple jewelry, gold or silver, whatever, and black loafers with that outfit. I think that would be super cute. Okay, and basically I compiled a list of things that I personally think that if you wanted to get the Orion Carloto vibe, having these specific pieces in your closet might help you do that. So the first one being like an oversized crew neck sweatshirt, which I've been talking about a lot lately, making sure they're in this color palette again, or in your specific color palette, and then a good few pair of denims that fit you really well, that you like the feel of and that you feel good in, and then white tops of all sorts, t-shirts and tank tops, have sayings on them, have writing on them, or just plain in general. And then a good pair of trousers that fit you well, that either fit oversized or fitted, whatever you like. And then pinstriped or solid colors, whatever, in the same color scheme again. And then lastly, leather. Bags, shoes, coats, jackets, anything of that sort. Just like a black leather moment of any sort, I think is really great to have as well if you want this vibe. Now, Orion, obviously, like I've said before, carries a lot of designer pieces or wears a lot of designer, and that goes for bags as well. But brands like Zara and JW Pay and that kind of thing kind of give the same vibe if you were looking for that, but just with a cheaper price point, and they kind of give that same like leather look if you were looking for like a black leather bag or something like that. And I feel like I can't make this video and not mention like these amazing outfits she's been stepping out in that are like over the top and so cool, going to fashion shows and stuff like the ones you see here, and I think she looks so amazing, so I have to put these up and show you these because like I said, while I'm focusing on every day, she does step out in these looks. So anyway, that is that for Orion Carloto's style analysis and how to dress like her, how to get her vibe, chic, effortless, like luxe poet girl look kind of thing. That's how I'm gonna describe it. I don't know, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to let me know what you think down below. If there's anything you'd like me to change in the next one, please let me know as well. And so while you're down there, please tell me who you would like to see in this series next, because if you liked it, of course, I would love to do it again. I was gonna say I love you, Orion Carloto, and thank you for letting me make this video, but she doesn't know who I am. She won't watch this, and she does not know that I'm making this video, so I don't actually have permission, but thank you, Orion, nonetheless. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later, and thank you so much for watching. I love you. Bye.